right, guys. Hey, what's up? Just getting over a little bit of a cold. Apologize if the voice is going to be a little scratchy today, but for you gas guys, I got a special treat for you today. All right, guys, got a special truck for you today. 2024 F-350 Lariat Ultimate with the black appearance package. This truck is a 7.3 liter gas V8, not the Power Stroke diesel. This is in the carbonized gray. I absolutely love this color combination on this truck. And it's got the 20-inch wheels, which some people are not a fan of these wheels. Personally, I think they look excellent. They're probably one of my favorite rim designs. And this has got the Bridgestone dualers. I believe these are 275s. I also really like the black appearance package, front grille, and just what they do with the different emblems. Just that little extra touch, I think, goes a long ways, especially on the carbonized. It's got such a gangster look to it. Let's do a quick little cold start here. The 7.3 sounds pretty healthy. You're not hearing any kind of weird valve train chatter. This is one of the motors that I've spoken pretty highly about in the past, and I still think this is one of the best heavy-duty gas engines that's ever been in the heavy-duty truck market. This one has the upgraded wheel well protection. I think that's a pretty awesome feature. If you're gonna get a new truck, I think it's worth spending the money on them. This also has the tailgate drop, which when they're new and when it's cold sometimes and there's a little snow, sometimes they kind of stick. You got to kind of pull on it. Also got the tailgate step, which is really nice. No surprise, being a Lariat Ultimate, it's got the LED box lights with the box linking inside with the really cool Ford logo at the front part of the bedside. This one also has the Pro Power on board, so you're going to get the bigger outlet back in the bed, which I think is up to 2,000 watts. That is a feature that I think is worth every penny, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. This also has the halogen rear tail lights, which I was right there checking for a little bit of heat because I've talked about this in some other videos, but there's some huge value in halogen lights versus LEDs in cold weather for ice and snow not building up. Getting into the new 2024 F-350 Lariat, no surprise, they're really nice trucks. I was just kind of trying to look at some of the different changes for 2024. This one has the spotlights underneath each of the mirrors, and you can see the button there. That turns the outlets on and the exterior with the tailgate drop. Showing the payload, heavy, huge, 4,034 pounds with the GVW of 11,499, which is 500 pounds less GVW than the diesel variant. All right, now we get inside of this bad boy and kind of check it out. I just want to kind of see any of the differences between a sport appearance and a black appearance interior and just see if there's what changes I'm noticing from 2023 to 2024. Let's do the old squeak test. Solid, guys. This is great to see. Super robust. I'm really glad to see they fixed that. Still have the nice cup holders where you can do on either side, wireless charging, USB A and C, with the little bit of coverage there. Same glove box with a little light in there, USB-C, two cup holders there. These seats are so comfortable. I tell you, it's funny, you don't expect a comfortable seat in a big heavy duty truck, and it really has it. Now this truck's equipped with the different aux switches, are super cool, and some of these are at this one actually has the aux switches, and some of these are at different amperage depending on the different sort of connections or lights or whatever you want to do to connect. Let's see, we also got the sunroof. Panoramic sunroof is pretty sweet. This has got the B&O speakers, so you can kind of see the speakers there. For 24, they don't have the headrest speakers, but there's pros and cons to all of these things. There we go. Second row, have the cup holder in the rear. Very nice. Everything looks good. Let's check out the cameras and see if there's anything different here. Nope, 360 cam. See some different angles here. Got the cargo light there. Very nice. Okay. Front facing. Just the straight front. 360. Rear bumper. Hitch. Trailer. I like that. That's cool. I don't remember if that was on a 23, if that was available. I felt like you could only see that view if you had a trailer connected. I don't know, I could be wrong. All right, looking good. Check out the glove boxes here. Got your top, got your bottom, very nice. With the Lariat, you get the real nice, it's almost like an I'm not going to call it like a brazed surface. You can kind of feel where it's etched into the trim. Looks really good. I'm going to let this engine warm up for a little bit because we want to give this thing as much chance at good fuel economy, and just, you know, these engines are new, so you want to make sure they're nice and warmed up. So this truck has heated steering wheel, heated seats, and cooled seats option for driver and passenger. Got the auto climate control. We'll set this to, let's see what we're going to set it to. Auto. Okay, if you're not familiar with how the auto works in the Ford, it's the 3 different buttons there you see lit up is different fan settings for a temperature setting. So I'll set it at low, set it at 72 Fahrenheit. Checking out just to kind of see any of the other differences. All the button controls on the steering wheel feel good. Heated steering wheel on this feels nice. The leather soft touch feels great as well. Yeah, this truck looks really good. Fit and finish on it, everything seems to be pretty good shape. I'm not seeing anything sticking out that looks bad. I like the heads-up display. It's nice and bright on the Fords. These things are sweet. So if you're not familiar with the drive modes on the new Super Duty, you got, number 1, you got 2 high, 4 low, locking rear differential, and this is where you have your different drive modes, and that's your drive mode selector. Use this, go to your main screen here, and you can kind of see your different options. You got normal, got slippery, you've got off-road, that goes to all the way to there. We'll go back to tow haul, and then this is like an eco conserve. Each one of these, the whole idea of each one of these different drive modes is they come with a little bit different, either trans shifting or throttle position, or maybe if like you're in off-road mode, maybe it'll put it in 4-wheel drive or disable the ABS, just different sort of features. So, and then you've got your different menus here. Here's your main menu. So you got my view, trip, heads-up display. This gives you all your different options for heads-up display. Your gauges, which then you can go into your measurements and your auxiliary gauges. So you got some really nice features here. And let's see, then you've got your off-road menus, which gives you can go compass. You've got off-road status or front and rear locker, and you can kind of see, you can actually see the steering wheel turning on there. That's pretty neat. And then you've got pitch and roll, back to compass. Now, let's see, now we'll go to towing, main menus. This just breaks down different trailers, trailer light status, trailer tire information, trailer towing status, set your trailer gain, and then you got your status information. This is just seat belts, you know, it's letting you know I've got my seat belt on, engine information, and then you've got, lastly, your navigation menus. You can set up your home, destinations, favorites, nearby, so that you can kind of see. Then you've got phone, audio, vehicle maintenance, and then you can go into a little deeper setting where you can configure your gauges. And this is kind of cool. Look, you can swap your gauge position if you notice in the top. It goes left, back, and right, back and forth between your oil pressure and your trans temperature. And then if you check here, you could actually change this to engine oil temp, or you go oil pressure. So we're going to keep it to trans temp. You can also do the same thing with your right gauge as well. And then trans gauge option, you can go to standard or you can go detailed. I like detailed because I like seeing the actual numbers up there. So just for me. All right, let's see. And then back to my view. And then my view is all customizable as well. So you can go in here and you can hit OK. And these are the different things you can add or remove into this. Typically what I like to do, it depends if I'm towing. Typically I'll remove calm view and driver assistance. I don't really care to see, I don't really care typically to see any of that information. And then I'll include measurements. And also probably not caring about tire pressure because it'll let me know if something is out of spec or I get a hole in a tire. And then there we go. Kind of see the different things. I like that. That's how I set them up. Simple, effective. So we're going to let this thing warm up just for another minute or so. Get this thing up to 170, 180 degrees. Go for a quick drive. So being a Lariat Ultimate, you get a lot of extra features with your, you get your memory seat options, then you have your folding mirror or your power extending mirror. Then you also have, you can fold your mirrors in. Very nice. So I actually think the Ford mirrors are probably my preferred. I think the layout is decent. They work really well in a up and down position for towing. And even in this position where they're not extended, they're still super wide to see around a trailer. And that's one of the things I like about it. Also, this bottom mirror is huge. So you get a lot of coverage also in these for your trailer down on the ground and in your blind spot. So I think these are really great tow mirrors. Another nice feature is you have the power adjusting steering wheel, goes up and down and extends. So you can get it set up without having to pull any levers and stuff, which is nice. Again, being a Lariat Ultimate, you get the B&O Unleashed speaker in the middle with a nice little tray, soft touch finish up top, tweeters in the side. It's a nice truck. I really like the 7.3. This is a truck one day I could see owning, just because I think it's such a simple engine, and I see no reason you couldn't get a lot of miles out of one of these trucks. Now, gonna reset fuel economy, gonna reset the trip. Let's go for a little drive. No surprises here, the 7.3 with the 10-speed. Shifts really nice and smooth. I've driven a lot of 7.3s, single rear wheel, dual rear wheel, 250s, 350s, short beds, long beds. I've driven them from 2020 all the way to 2024 model year. And I've never driven one that hasn't shifted good, actually. And I guess it shouldn't be to anyone's surprise because it's a pretty simple powertrain and whatnot. But the thing that I've said in many videos in the past that continues to impress me about the new Super Duty is straight up the ride comfort. It's a huge improvement versus the prior years. This truck, the thing I wanted to focus today on was not so much fuel economy, it was more ride quality. And I can already tell you in this terrible road conditions here in Michigan today, surprisingly on the 20-inch wheels, being a 350, not a 250, sprung a little stiffer, heavy payload on 20-inch wheels, I was fully expecting a stiff ride. I'm not getting it, guys, and that's a welcome. So that's a comfort. Even if you're in a construction site, if you're over the road long hauling, if you're using this truck recreationally, it doesn't matter. Everybody can appreciate a good ride quality, and this truck has it for sure. We'll see how some mild acceleration is on this truck. This has the 373 gears, which is a pretty good option because it gives you a pretty good towing range, but also is going to get you probably a little bit better fuel economy than the 430 gear option. Me personally, if I were going to order one of these trucks, I think I'd go the 430 gears just because it does seem to help on the highway, I've noticed, with holding gears a little bit better. But, you know, to each their own. There's always different options and different advantages to each. So this is what I love about a big displacement engine. I just got up to 70 miles per hour and never broke 1,800 RPMs. That's diesel-like. I love that. And if you're into just having a quiet powertrain experience, the 7.3 can give it to you. Now, we're in a part of the road right now that's very rough because of these expansion joints, but I'm still not getting it through the seat and everything as far as like, wow, this truck rides terrible. Not at all. Not through the steering wheel, not through the pedals, not through the seat. It's still taking that bumps and without much of an issue. Another area I wanted to just kind of show you, and I just took a screenshot, is I'm doing 71 miles per hour right now. And I just went and checked it with a GPS speedometer, and it's literally exactly 71 miles per hour. So that's a good thing, accuracy in the factory speedometer to actually GPS. Okay, to the halfway point. Been uneventful so far. I was thinking about the last 7.3 I drove. It was not an Ultimate, and I don't believe it was an FX4. And I'm wondering if the ride comfort on this truck is better. Maybe the tuning in the shocks in the FX4 makes it ride a little bit better than the last truck. And also the other thing I'm going to be really interested to see is how this truck manages a climb up here in a little bit. And I'm really curious to see if it will be able to hold 10th gear going up a hill and not having a downshift. So on this section of road right now, given the wind speed in every direction and everything of today, we're at 71. And this is a flat, no hypermiling, no one in front of me, no one behind me, no cruise. And I'm getting right at 15 miles per gallon. It's not bad at all. This truck feels very effortless today going down the road. So kind of see right now in 10th gear, we're at about, I'm going to say it's 72 miles per hour. We're at about 1,700 RPMs. Seems to be a pretty happy place of where it's at right now. Let's see if it can hold this incline. Hold 70, 71, and not downshift. no problem. All right, let's see what this next incline can do. Gaining speed, it's not downshifting. Not bad, impressive. This thing feels a lot stronger than the last truck I drove. It seems to be able to hold the low RPMs a little better without downshifting. So steering feel, pedal feel, brake feel, gas pedal feel, seat feel, NVH. I don't feel any weird feelings in the vehicle. This thing feels awesome. I gotta say, it feels much more solid. And all I keep thinking is, I wonder if it has something to do with this truck being a Lariat Ultimate and the other truck was just a standard Lariat, that you get a little bit better feeling in the steering, and I don't know. But this truck definitely feels really good, and it makes me almost want a 7.3. Temperatures look like when you're gonna be going down the road: engine coolant temp, trans temp, engine oil temp, battery voltage, all pretty standard. I don't see anything that's standing out too high or too low. All right, we'll turn back into Bob Maxey and let's see what we got for fuel economy. Okay, so there you go. 13.2 miles per gallon for the 17-mile loop with the 7.3 liter. So that's almost exactly the same fuel economy we got doing crew cab F-250 or F-350 7.3 with the 373 gears. So pretty repeatable results, which is great on a different day. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite features this truck has: Pro Power on board. Check this out. This turns the generator on in the truck. If you're not familiar with this option, this is super cool. And when you turn this button on, what you'll notice over here is the engine RPMs go up just a touch. Now I'm gonna turn it off. Watch, see it drop, turn it back on, back up. Very cool. This is an all-encompassing feature that I think every truck should have. So being a Lariat Ultimate, you get the nicer second row, get the cup holders, second row heated seats, HVAC. You've got 12 volt, 20 amp, 120, USB-C, HVAC controls, soft padding on the doors. Nice. This has the spray and bed liner, no fifth wheel prep, but it's got the really nice Ford emblem in the back. All right, so here's my takeaways. I love carbonized gray on any Ford truck. It's one of my favorite colors. I've had multiple color trucks in this color now. I like the FX4 with the black appearance package. I like the 7.3. I think it's a solid setup. I'm going to include the window sticker down below. I won't spend a whole lot of time going through that, but you can kind of tell what it is. Lariat Ultimate Black Appearance Package 7.3 FX4. So I lined up 3 different trucks in the same cab configuration, all next to each other. Got a standard Lariat with the 7.3, with the F-250, with some upgrades with the high capacity rear axle. And then got another F-350, but this is an XLT with the Sport Appearance Package. You can kind of tell a little different grille. The cool thing about all 3 of these different trucks is 3 different values and 3 different price points. This truck here comes in at just around 72,000 miles, kind of a midpoint if you wanted leather interior, but you didn't want to spend the extra $5,000 on the Lariat Ultimate. Now you got your next step, an XLT, which gets you right around the $66,000 neighborhood. I'm going to include all the window stickers down below. For me, I think the winner is the Lariat Ultimate. I think this packs the best bang for the buck. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.